Zoom in. Legacy game.
What is his legacy?
Legacy game for Mac Jones.
What is his legacy? Going picks?
Them scored in 2008, and we're not. We suck. We suck. Genuinely. We are garbage. We are trash. It's fraudulent. Fraudulent.
Supposed to be Lamar last week. It could have been so.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of our Lake Howell Sports Show. I'm Richie. Joining me, as always, to my left, Chantz, who missed tryouts for the Buffalo Bills. He's not going to be the starting tight end because of his little injury right here. To his left, the one, the only Elgin. And then to our right, our special guest, all the way, well, he's all the way from here, Kung Fu Keenan.
Yes, it's me.
Keenan is an NFL expert to some degree. He knows a thing or two about
A thing or two.
About a thing or two. Here he is in the flesh. Thank you for joining us, Keenan.
No problem.
All right, guys, so we start off today. We're going to talk a little bit about the games last week.
The Buffalo
Bills. A couple games last night. The Buffalo Bills
Bills
absolutely ran through Jacksonville.
Like always.
And then I want to shout out Jaden Daniels because I made the greatest prediction of my life on our last episode. I said Jaden Daniels, even though I called him Trey Lance a couple times, had the greatest game out of any rookie quarterback this week, and they would win a close game of the year. That game had 0 punts, 0 turnovers. Game of the year, Jaden Daniels went off.
The funniest thing is that his first touchdown receptions to an offensive guard. Yeah.
I know, that's crazy.
It's amazing.
Well, so that was just a little bit about last week, but we do have some questions we're going to dive into to review last week. We're going to start off with a little bit of a broad one. Who's the biggest threat in the NFC and AFC? Chance, let's start with you.
NFC, that I feel like even though like they did have a loss, I think it's the Lions. The 49ers, I think they're going through injury bug. I don't really know. CMC, he seemed like a specialist in like Germany or something. Like he's off and shipped. He's doing something else, so I'm not really sure about him. And I just feel like that the Lions are more complete right now, or as of right now. And then in the AFC, I mean, I got to go with my team just because we look good. You could say what you want, but in my opinion,
I'll just get upset with that one.
We look better than the Chiefs. What good team have they faced? What good team have they faced?
Who have you played?
Yeah.
You played the Cardinals.
Better than the Bengals? Or are they not?
Whoa.
No, they're not.
They're looking good this year overall. Cincinnati's not
right now. Exactly.
Okay,
they face trash.
You guys played the Dolphins, who dropped a stinker, and you played a brain dead Tua.
A third quarter at that point.
Yeah, they were gonna come back until he got hurt.
All right, Chance, so it's the Lions and the Bills for you, all right? Is it?
Biggest threat as of right now? The biggest threat is us and the Lions.
Now here we go. The NFC just got shooken up this week. A lot of good NFC teams lost.
Oh wait.
Whoa, you're done. You're done.
The Vikings.
You're done.
He's done.
The biggest threat in the NFC to me is definitely the Vikings. It is 100% the Vikings. There's 3-0. I'm not picking Seattle. I think Seattle is having a very cakewalk-ish way to getting 3-0. So I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings as the biggest threat. And then the AFC, it sure ain't the Buffalo Bills. They're Mr. Cakewalk schedule. I'm gonna give it to the Chiefs because
The Chiefs have the refs.
That is what I'm saying. The Chiefs got the refs.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, exactly.
The Chiefs almost
lost. Putting clutch out of here.
The Chiefs. Wait. The Chiefs almost lost against the Bengals, and the Bengals just lost.
Can't beat the power of the refs. Can't beat the power of the refs.
How are they better than the Bills?
The refs are crazy. Refs are crazy.
How are they better than the Bills?
Look, I'm not giving Buffalo credit for anything. Damar Hamlin is
he just got it.
They made him
more than what Tua is.
Scripted.
More than what Tua got.
Tua was looking good until he wasn't. Right?
It's the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. They're the last year Super Bowl contenders. I just can't leave them out. They somehow won games.
Okay, I agree. I think all right. So I'm gonna start off with the NFC. The NFC is always all over the place. Like you have your basic couple teams that make the playoffs every year. Then you have teams that are so random. Like, what are you doing good? Like, I feel like that, Green Bay was last year's what are you doing kind of team. I think it'll be Atlanta this year. They had some early season struggles. I think they'll get better, but they're not the biggest threat. I think the biggest threat is Detroit. They're going to have a couple up and down games. They're going to look okay. They're not going to look okay, but I believe in Detroit.
Is the question as of right now,
Who's
this
going to be the
week-
biggest threat as the season goes on?
Yeah.
Mm.
I want to hear Keenan's take on this. I want to hear
Wait,
his
he didn't
take
have
on
AFC
this.
yet.
Well, AFC, I think it's going to be Kansas City. I don't believe in Houston just yet, or else it'd be Kansas City, Buffalo, Houston. I did not think Houston was going to win last week. I didn't think they were going to look as bad as they did, but that was rough. Kung Fu Keenan.
Yes,
doing?
sir. Yes, sir. So
Walker?
I think if we're talking about like the South side, I think the Falcons. Those are a pretty big threat to the NFC.
Whoa,
About the
whoa.
quarterback situation in Atlanta.
I don't know. I can't discuss that online. maybe in private. What's so funny, Elgin?
It's
We
all
got 4 cameras in
Chad,
here, bro.
who's this guy laughing at over here? Who's this guy think he is, bro?
So you think the Atlanta Falcons are the biggest threat in the NFC? You know what? I actually
That's
you
not
know
a bad
that's
take.
not a bad
That's not a
take.
bad
That's
take.
All
that's
right,
all
what
right.
about AFC wise?
I don't know. Probably the Buffalo Bills. I'm not going.
Oh my God!
The only reason
My
these
dog.
two are disagreeing, if it was any other team and the other team was doing as good as the Buffalo Bills, they would say the Buffalo Bills.
They straight
But since
glazing.
it's
They're straight
interdivision,
glazing.
that's the only reason. You wore my jersey. I don't want to hear anything. You don't
I
get
wore
your
trash.
decision.
You don't want
Your
your
decision
I
is
wore trash.
non-existent. Okay.
All right, on to the next one, as Jay-Z would say. So, we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. They're 3-0. So this question is one that I feel like kind of has an obvious answer. It's if Russ is healthy, do you start him?
No.
Personally, I wouldn't. I think Justin Fields looks really good. My main question about Pittsburgh is, are they pretenders or contenders? Elgin, you seem to have a strong opinion about this. If Russ is healthy, do you start him? And whatever happens there, do you think the Steelers are contenders or are they pretending?
As a coach,
Coach's
I think
flag
I have a
football,
great
guys.
expert opinion about this.
Coach's youth.
I'm
flag
gonna say
football.
that. Shh. I coach tackle as well. Calm your nerves.
I like
I'm definitely
Pee-wee.
going to. I'm definitely. Ooh, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna put both of them on the field. But hear me out.
What
I'm
are you
gonna
doing?
put. I'm putting them both on the
running
field.
back?
Both of them can. Let's say we do a little. Let's do a little trickery here. Let's do a flea flicker that Justin Fields is on the field or something.
You sound like a Lake Howell head coach right now. I understand why they're running 2 quarterbacks. with
Yeah,
Shamar
get
and
somebody get
Barmore.
this Coach Lowe wannabe out of
Okay.
here, bro.
Let's
Get him
the
out. Get him
actual-
out.
let's-
I'm gonna keep Fields out there though.
Yeah,
I think they're pretenders. By the way, to answer your question.
What I've seen year in and year out
Year
is that
in.
the Steelers make the playoffs and lose first round. They're pretenders. They're gonna make the playoffs, guarantee it. They're gonna lose first round. And they're just gonna get destroyed. It's how it is every year. Don't know why. Can't tell you why. But you're gonna keep Justin Fields, and that's just that.
Yeah, I think if you're 3-0 and the offense is somewhat humming, they have no weapons on offense, by the way. Pickens is nice. Najee is halfway there to me, but that's neither here or there. I think with the offense looking as good as they are right now, you don't switch it up, even if Russ is healthy. Russ isn't
He
going to
isn't
make them
cooking
any
anymore.
better. I feel like he's either going to do worse or have them in the same position Justin Fields has them in right now.
Yeah, and even though Russell has more like Super Bowl rings than Justin, I still would I would still pick him over Russ.
That's fair. That's fair.
Wow. Expert analysis, Keenan.
Thank you.
Can
Thank
you
you.
guys tell his expertise?
Come on, let's
through just
clap it
2
up. Let's clap it up. Come on, boys. Come on.
Alrighty.
What?
Up next, question 3. The Cincinnati Bengals are 0-3.
Can I?
3 straight stinkers to start the year. Last week, we already talked about this, but I knew they were going to lose that game. You guys disagreed with me, the both of you. Now look at you. You're broke foot and you're
Okay.
stink foot.
Let me-
Because I love the others.
I'm starting this off.
Are the Bengals in
There's
trouble?
yes, and that's clear as day. I think it's like only 2 teams in the last like 20 years have made the playoffs starting 0-3, which is insane. And you think about it, these Bengals don't look good.
They don't.
It isn't that they're playing good games and they're just losing.
I mean,
They're not really.
week 1, they looked rough. Week 2, they played a close game, almost took it. Then the ref situation happened. And then last night, they just got outclassed.
That's
by the
what
rookie.
I like. They're in trouble. I think them and Jacksonville are gone. They're not playoff contenders at all. I don't see them coming back from it.
I think we knew Jacksonville was done by week 2. With Cleveland, I'm sorry, not Cleveland. With Cincinnati, it's really hard to count them out just yet. I think they'll bounce back. They'll win a couple games, and they'll put themselves in that race. I don't know what their strength of schedule is. I know they play Carolina next week, which is,
Well, Carolina.
if you're
going
going
to
to win, now's the time. Because if you
Carolina
lose to
did just
Carolina,
win.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Those Panthers are not doing well so far.
No, I mean, they had a good game Sunday, which was insane, but we'll get to that later. Elgin, what's your take?
Honestly, they're in trouble. Yes, they're in trouble. But wait, they have an easy. If you look at their schedule, they have kind of a easier road to go down. Definitely an easier road than they've had. I know that they had a quote unquote easy road these first 3 games, but it's September. The Bengals are never great in September.
That's true.
I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. I think they get their first win next week. Actually, I really think the Bengals are going to start really hot. I think they're going to win their next 3. Actually, that's my prediction right there. I do think they're in trouble though. If things don't get straightened out,
what about with the Ravens? What do you think they're going to do then?
I think they're going to beat the Ravens. I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens are
That's
too inconsistent to
crazy.
win games
That's
back to
insane.
back.
Y'all hearing this?
Yeah.
You think they'll beat Baltimore? I don't know about that.
Baltimore, think about it like this. Baltimore is almost in the same sense as what they are. Baltimore is going to need the win, especially after losing the Buffalo Bills, which it's going to happen. They're going to need a win against the Bengals. And the
This
Bengals...
guy and the
know.
Buffalo Bills.
He's straight glazing them. He's straight glazing. He's straight
You don't even
glazing.
have a quarterback right now. What, your third string came out?
We have Jacoby Brissett under center, and we have literally paper as our offensive line. Of course, we're third in the division.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who's our name? One receiver from the Patriots. Exactly.
Oh, the Douglas.
To Mario Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your fantasy nerds might know that guy.
All right. What about you?
That's why the
Kung
Bills
Fu?
are better.
How are you feeling about Cincinnati? Are you pressing the panic button after this rough start, or do you think they'll be able to pick it up?
No, I'm pressing the panic button. I mean, their teams are they're not good enough. I'm not gonna hold you.
I mean, that's
Hey,
crazy.
but the NFC South though, we all think is winning. Honestly, the Bucks did pretty good. They lost this last game,
Yeah.
which is pretty bad. The Falcons aren't doing terrible-ish.
New Orleans, they're pretenders to me. I
Pretenders.
don't believe in the Saints. No, I don't.
Wow, you
Wow.
don't?
I don't.
That's
What?
a big
2 good
take.
games. You beat Carolina and you beat Dallas, who can't
That's
be
a
a
big
competent team to
take.
save their life. And then they struggled. Their offense, which was, oh my god,
Alright.
we look so.
That
good.
was a
Drop
defensive
12.
battle.
Hey, what are your
think
thoughts on the
Trump-
Bucks though?
Wait.
As being a Central Florida boy,
I like Baker Mayfield a lot. I think it'll be between them and Atlanta, and it'll come down to the wire.
I think there's going to be 3 teams in that division that actually
Not
make the playoffs.
the Saints. You think the Saints are gonna?
All right, I think they're not pretenders. Like, they'll make the playoffs and they might win their first playoff game, but I don't think they're going any further than that. It's just like they have a very good scheme. They might not be good all around, but they have a good scheme of how they're playing football. They have Alvin Kamara when he's on, they're able to pass it more. They're getting open. It's more kind of how the Bills are playing. You have James Cook, your main running back. You cook it, and then everyone else eats.
I get that, but I think when you look at a team like the Saints, look at who they are. Look at who they have. Look at who their quarterback is. Derek Carr, he's had good seasons, but he's not that. I feel like I would trust him more to make a mistake in the fourth quarter than him make a clutch play.
Yeah,
Just
I
players
agree.
like that, I just don't believe in. Even guys like Darnold, which I don't want to say anything bad about Minnesota. It's just if they do have a fall off in these next couple of
It's
games,
gonna
we're
be
gonna know
Darnold.
why.
But
Same with Atlanta. With
Don't
New
you
Orleans.
think? But I feel like the ball is more in Alvin Kamara's hands than it. I mean, obviously Derek Carr gets the snap, and I'm not saying like literally, but Alvin Kamara is getting rush attempt after rush attempt if it's not pass attempt by pass attempt. Like Alvin Kamara is the reason that they're going far, and I think it's going to continue.
I get with that. What about you, Elgin?
I'll be honest with you. I watched.
Okay.
As someone who did watch the Eagles and Saints game, I'm going to tell you this: the Eagles and Saints. I'll be honest with you. They're going to see each other again in the playoffs. I guarantee you. They're going to see each other again. I'm going to tell you this: the Saints. They only lost by 3 to the Eagles. They had played a tough defensive battle, and honestly, it only points the finger why New Orleans is doing well. It's their new offensive coordinator. I don't know his name yet. I'll figure out his name soon, guys. But I believe the Saints are still competent. I think they're going to give trouble to the Bucks. I can't wait to see the Bucks and Saints go at it. I think the game's going to be very high scoring.
You think?
Do you
so?
think winner of that takes division?
No, I think they'll split games.
That's
It
fair.
really depends on the other games.
Okay.
I don't. And speaking of the Bucks, I do have them winning division. By the way, $3,000 payout if they win it. By the way, just letting you all know.
Here's the-
So please,
How much?
please, Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, please bake. Please. I beg you. I have money on
He's
this.
kinda baking.
Tampa Bay, please win your division. You guys won it the past 3 seasons. I need you to win it again.
It'd be
Please.
the first season they don't watch.
Could you imagine? Up next, so we're going to keep this conversation in the NFC South. Has Bryce Young taken his last snap as a Panther? Personally, I don't think he has. I think he'll be back. Andy Dalton's a serviceable backup quarterback, and he looked really good last week. And I think might have a Linsanity run that stretches for 2 or 3 more games, and then he's going to start being who he is, Andy Dalton, not a starting quarterback in the NFL anymore. Then they're going to put Bryce Young back in. And I think this is a move that everyone's bashing him, but this is going to benefit Bryce. When Bryce got drafted, he was thrown straight to the Wolves. He did not sit behind Andy. He played almost every game last year. The only one he missed was due to injury. This is going to benefit him to learn behind a competent quarterback who's played in the playoffs, who has good stats career-wise. Not great, but a good guy to learn from, Andy Dalton. I think they should have started Andy Dalton last year, so they wouldn't have to be going through this now. But I don't think it's that bad of a decision, more thinking about it. And I think Bryce Young is going to be back. And I think he has a potential to still be that guy in Carolina if they could fix it.
I agree with you. I think the biggest thing, like, Josh Allen has done, like, I'm just the elite quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure even Patrick Mahomes got put out a game or two just to be in front, because every quarterback needs a reflection period of time, and Bryce Young unfortunately never got that time, and it sucks. But as a number 1 pick, you could be like, all right, he's supposed to, like, you're not supposed to give that to him, whatever, yada yada. But I think this is gonna be the moment he needed. He's allowed to calm himself down, realize and like check his problems, trying to just calm himself down and elevate his level of game. And I feel like Andy Dalton, I hate not wishing upon injuries, but I think injury will happen to him because their offensive line is trash.
That's true.
I'm going to say this about this whole situation. Andy Dalton, the reason why he played good is because a quarterback who was a starter, was a decent starter back in his career, actually he was pretty good, and you just want to play so bad, and you're just waiting and waiting. When you get that shot, you're going to take it. But I think I'm taking a little part from Richie. He's going to have a little insanity run. Then you're going to see 2019 Bengals Andy Dalton. That's what's going to come out. He's going to play not great. He's going to be a very below average game manager at that point. And then Bryce Young will be thrown back into the Wolves, and hopefully Bryce Young does better. Please, Bryce Young, don't prove me wrong.
To be fair, the Raiders aren't that good defensively. So
No. I mean, they have a good front.
they have a good
floor,
front, but not like corner.
Other than that, then it
yeah.
gets shit. I mean, Jack Jones isn't bad.
What about you, Keenan? What do you think about this? What's your take? What's your opinion?
What you mean? What's my opinion?
Do you think Bryce Young is going to play for Carolina again? Or do you think they're going to end up trading him? Because 4 teams have sent trade offers for him. Carolina's holding on to him. For a little context, Carolina drafted Bryce Young first overall in the draft last year. And he did not play good through his first season and first couple games this year.
I think he's got like a 53% completion. when it comes to
Whoa,
passes
pulling
and all that.
numbers out. Whoa.
I know. I'm a little bit of a math guy.
Yeah, smartwatch
But,
doing all the work for it.
No.
So what are you talking
Talk
about?
about. I don't even know what who these hoes talking. Oh, Hex talking about. Anyways,
Excuse me, sir.
my bad.
But
Yeah, I think he's washed. I'm not gonna hold you.
he's
Yeah, he's
Washed. He's never been clean. He's been trash as well.
Yeah, I know.
I think he'll pick it up.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's a low chance. He wasn't that good to begin with. I don't know how he could get any better.
Okay.
Up next, who the worst and best teams in the league? The worst team at the moment are the Miami Dolphins.
I think we could say one worst team each, and then we'll do one best team. We
All
should
right.
do that.
That sounds good. Worst team right now between the Miami Dolphins and Tennessee Titans. I think the Dolphins aren't a bad team. They're just in a horrible situation right now. which
Isn't that
they
your
should-
team, Rich?
That is my team. It just it hurts to
Yikes!
say.
Yikes!
After watching 4 quarters of Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle play quarterback, this is an all-time low. They might win next week against Tennessee. I think that is the toilet bowl of the week. I'm sorry. I love you guys, Miami.
He does
But
not love you.
Whoever loses that game
Straight
is going to
hating
be the
right
worst
now. I'm
team
not
in the
gonna
league.
hold you.
Tennessee. What is Will Levis doing every week? It's something new with this guy. Like, you
It's
believe
specifically
in
the
heaven?
fourth
It's
quarter.
so fun to
He
watch,
plays so
though.
great the first 3
I don't
quarters.
know, that-
Fourth quarter, he absolutely wets the bed. I don't
That-
know what's happening.
That
Catch the
interception.
ball.
He looks like that one meme. Oh, Tennessee's in purgatory right now. They
can't
should
get it-
scrap it and tank this year because it's rough. Will Levis, what are you doing, bro?
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Panthers still as the worst team.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. Even though they have Andy Dalton, they're not good.
All right, the worst team right now is the Tennessee Titans, but I still believe in them. They just need to clean it up in the fourth quarter. I'm telling you.
I
believe
they're-
You believe in
they're-
Santa Claus still, too?
So-
Hey, the tooth fairy's coming for you, little bro.
Bro,
Easter Bunny giving you more food.
Hear me out. Come on, hear me out. Will Levis, listen. He plays great in the first. Look, if you look at his the first 3 quarters of the game stats, he looks great. The fourth quarter, don't look at the fourth quarter.
Dang,
This
Chantz,
guy turns
he's
into
sleeping, boy.
he thinks he's like the greatest athlete born for some reason. Catch it. I was like, dude, the play's gone. Don't worry about trying to make something out. Listen, I love when you try to turn water into wine. He's turning water into dirt right now. Okay.
Turning water into urine, bro. It's bad over there.
Bad.
It's pretty rough out there. But I still believe in him. I don't think Will Levis is bad. They just need to learn how to pull it together in the fourth quarter.
He doesn't know how to hold on to the ball.
Yes.
You could
Amen.
have it. All right. Worst team in the NFL.
I think.
Hold on.
Hey, you might want to take a nap right now.
Yeah, I gotta think. I might have to agree with Chance on this. And the Panthers, they're not good. That's as much as I can comment
Good
on
answer.
that. Yeah. I got the
Now
legal
we go
team.
to the
Legal
best team in the league. We have a couple teams left at 3-0. They're not the best team in the league, Chance. They're not. Matter of fact, I don't know. This is actually a tough one. I'm gonna let you guys start off with this one.
All
while I
right.
ponder.
I'm not gonna say the Buffalo Bills. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not. I think the Minnesota Vikings are the best team, playing wise, in the league as of right now. I think I think the Bills are gonna be once we beat the Ravens, and everyone can't be like, "Oh, you're facing another trash team." But we have to prove it, and I think the Ravens would be a good test to prove that we are dominant as a team. So.
Wow, this is I'm like you, Richie. This is a tough one. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna do this right now. Decide. My best team right now in the AFC is the Chiefs, and the best team right now in the NFC is right now the Vikings. I know the Seahawks are 3-0, but that is you guys played us. Come on now.
And us, they played Skylar Thompson, and then they played Bo Nix.
Wow, what a schedule. What a lucky schedule.
Bench player, third stringer. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you this. I believe the Vikings are currently recently right now. They have just. I'm really sorry. Whoa, Reggie. I'm telling you, the Vikings are my
Best team.
team. The reason why is because Sam Darnold. I don't know what has happened. Everyone say he's a franchise quarterback. This guy's 31, by the way, guys. He's 31 now. We're this
Dang, he's
old,
old.
guys.
You know
I
what?
remember when
Josh
Sam
Allen's
Darnold was a
only
Jet.
30.
That's when I remember
Josh
Sam.
Allen's only 28, and they came out in the same draft.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do believe Sam Darnold. I'm not on the Sam Darnold hype train quite yet. Next Thursday we're gonna figure out who they play. This is usually where he ends. He wins the first 3 games, then he disappears for the rest of the year. So this is the 4th week is their true test. Not the team they play. It's the 4th week of It's the 4th week of NFL. So I'm gonna say the Vikings are currently the best team in the
Yeah,
NFC.
I said currently.
I think,
Did you need your nap though?
I do not need my nap chance. I'm not that old.
personally, I think you guys are a tad bit overreacting. Buffalo's not a terrible take. Overall, best team in the NFL. Who I think could go out there, play good playoff time, and play good in when it's clutch. I'm still taking Detroit. I know it's weird. They lost that
Exactly.
game.
I was about to say the exact
There we
same
go.
thing because
See,
I would argue they've been better than the 49ers so far,
For
Who would be
sure.
your-
and I would argue they're better than the Bills right now.
Ooh,
too. I mean-
hot take central out here. Hot take
I'm
central.
just saying.
Who would be your AFC?
Some
guy?
mild takes coming from that side of the room right there.
AFC. I
Brown
just can't
boys.
see Kansas City going out before the championship game. I don't know. It's between them and Buffalo. I'm not gonna lie.
Texas isn't
But-
doing bad either.
Who's looked better as
Texas,
of right
yeah,
now?
Texas
I mean, look
football's
better,
pretty good.
it's
The
obvious.
Cowboys
Texas
and
is
the
good.
Okay.
The Cowboys are getting that
That's
shit.
why I
stuff.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. We look better than the Kansas City Chiefs. He said it. I said it. It's true.
I just feel like when it comes time into close games with tough teams, like you guys had a close game against Arizona, and then that was it. In that clutch, I would take the Chiefs right now over Buffalo. You know, if they were to play tomorrow, and it was,
I'd
if
say
it
more.
was a close
I'd
game,
take Patrick Mahomes in a clutch moment. I'd take Patrick Mahomes. I think that's what you.
I think
more
Patrick Mahomes has better weapons than Josh Allen.
No.
James Cook.
Whoa.
No, that's a.
Whoa,
that's-
Actually-
God,
actually-
Rasheed Rice,
actually, hold-
Rasheed Rice looked great. I don't know what's going on with Travis Kelce. I think he's.
we have
what's going on?
Please.
We have two good tight ends. You could admit Don Kincaid, Dawson Knox.
Why would we have Dawson Knox? He's gonna be a future slideshow participant.
Good. Good. Shakir looks really good. Keon Coleman looks
You
good.
could just put anybody in there and they'll be good. That's the
All right.
thing. That's why they're good, because you could throw anybody in the offense. Kansas City, in terms of
J-
talented players,
Gentlemen, before we get out, any playoff changes that we did from the first show?
I think I predicted Miami to make it. I don't think they're gonna make it anymore. And I think they'll be able to. They'll have.
No, they won't be.
If
able to.
Tyler Huntley comes in and starts winning games, yes, they're gonna make the playoffs. You heard it here first. The AFC's tough, but look at some of the good AFC teams that were in it last year. Like Baltimore's starting out rough. They got a good win over Dallas, but you know Cleveland, they just lost to the Giants. So the AFC is a whole different division right now, and the Steelers are emerging. So I think they'll probably make the playoffs again. But the AFC's tough. I think the AFC is going to see many more changes than the NFC. will
I
see.
agree. That's what I was gonna say. I just think the AFC Pacheco's out. Like there's so many just crazy injuries.
Yeah,
Last
it's
year we thought it was
crazy.
crazy, but this year it's even crazier. You're just seeing receiver, running back, everyone knowing their man. I think in my opinion, except Saquon. 'Cause Saquon's been going crazy.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco and CMC were one of the two best running backs in the league then.
They were up there. Elgin. If
The
you-
New England
Oh,
Patriots
God. Cut it
are
off.
due.
Get him out.
Drake May will get his
Get him out.
first
Can I
ever.
walk off the show?
Drake May
him
will
You can walk
start.
out of the show.
I'm a lot.
Drake May is gonna do it, y'all. I'm telling you, Drake.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Drake
Oh,
May
jeez.
is the greatest guy to ever live. There's aura spewing from him. He is literally the franchise guy. He's the next Tom Brady. Y'all are screwed for the next 20 years. Just letting y'all know.
All right,
Y'all are
Grandpa,
screwed.
get him on his pain
Drake
meds.
May
Get him
is
out,
taking
get
the
him out.
Patriots to
Literally-
their 7th ring.
literally-
The Patriots
literally
are
it's
winning
off
the
his
Super Bowl.
meds.
That's my take.
If you guys didn't
1 minute
notice, he
without
did wear a
Skittles.
Dolphins hat last year. He's probably gonna be crying in about week 6, week 7 because Drake May's benched. It's just no.
No. Keenan, what's your take on
I
this, huh?
think Mitchell Trubisky's better than
What are
Drake
your-
May.
I've decided. I think the Bucks are going to win, and I think Tom Brady's going to come back, but only toward the Bucks,
I
and
don't
only
know
for
who
one
just-
game.
I don't know who sounds more
Oh,
like
shit.
mental patient right now. It's Tom Brady. Okay. Drake May. I think that's the worst team.
I think the Bucks are going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness. guys.
Actually, that's not a terrible take.
And
The-
Kendrick,
so
and
Baker
Drake,
Mayfield's just
I'm gonna
quit?
kiss.
Kendrick
On
Baker kiss at halftime.
What happened to Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, they're paying Baker $100
and,
million. Brady.
Tom Brady's gonna come back
Oh, we-
on, and he's gonna throw the winning ball. Drake and Kendrick are gonna kiss on stage, and the Bucks are gonna win.
And then you turn your PlayStation off.
Are you
and then you go to sleep for the night.
Are you fantasizing that? Is that more of a fantasize?
No, that's not my like. And I do occasionally write Tom Brady fanfic, but it's not
Alright,
that.
buddy.
It's not that. It's
I
not
also
that.
write Tom Brady fan fiction because I believe I'm gonna piggyback off of his take. Tom Brady's gonna come back, but he's not gonna be a Buck. He's not gonna be a Patriot. He's not even gonna be a Raider.
He's gonna be a
He's gonna be
cheerleader.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh my God.
Tom Brady will be
Get
a
the healthcare
cheerleader.
takers
He
in
will
here.
be a cheerleader.
Dimes to Tyler. I thought we were being delusional. I thought we all be, especially him. He thinks the Bills are gonna be the best team in the AFC. You got the
Delusion.
worst-
How are they not? How you just
Real
admitted
life.
that.
Drake May is Jesus. I'm telling you all.
You just admitted that they are.
I said that they're at the moment. Yes, they look.
Oh,
good.
so how
And
am I freaking
it comes down to
delusional?
it.
Drake
They're
May.
not beating Baltimore.
Drake
They're
May.
not beating
Drake
Kansas
May
City.
ran so Tom Brady could
We
walk.
have the ball.
I
we
think
have
my
Baltimore's number.
Final
we beat them in
Fantasy
the playoffs.
team
We beat them in the regular
consists
season.
of
We have their number.
No.
hold on, I just
So
forgot
what
his
you-
name. Vince McMahon.
You need an
Not
app.
seeing
You
Tom
need an
Brady.
app.
You're not beating the Jets. You're not beating
Vince
the Jets.
McMahon and Tom Brady.
Yes,
We're
Vince
not beating the
That's a
Jets.
fantasy
They're not
team
beating the
right there.
Jets.
Those are probably my top 2 picks.
It's not gonna happen.
You know what happened
honestly-
last time the Jets?
honestly,
All
I
right,
would-
let's do conversations right now.
you know
What
what
are
I'm
you
talking
talking about?
Vince McMahon, he's my top player on my Final Fantasy team.
All right.
I'm
Final
making
Fantasy
$3 billion payout off of this. I'm not
Kyrie
gonna hold you.
Williams, greatest trade. Traded CMC for him.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh,
All right, guys, it's starting to get to that hour where we're all talking nonsense. I want to thank you
The
guys so
Buffalo
much for
Bills are
joining
the
us.
best team in the division.
Buffalo
in the
Bills
league.
are not all that.
Drake May built this in a cave with
right,
a
guys.
box of scraps.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh shit, my
We'll
bad.
see you next
I
week
don't like
or
this
next
guy.
Thursday where we're gonna predict week 3, or no, I'm sorry, week 4.
Drake May
All right.
built
All right,
this
guys.
in a cave,
Please.
brick
End
by brick.
All right, you guys. We'll
End
catch you
it.
next week.
We suck. Get it? We are trash.
It's fraudulent. Fraudulent.
Supposed to be Lamar last week. It could have been so.